Greetings everybody and welcome to the Camp Primetime Auction, Building Memories One Family at a Time, presented by Avail Home Health. My name is Doug Rich and I have been volunteering at Camp Primetime for many years, and together with me is my friend Scott. Scott?
Hello, welcome. So excited to be able to be here. My name is Scott Lewis. I had my first exposure to Camp Primetime probably 8 or 10 years ago from my sister-in-law Ellen and my brother Rodney Lewis. Ellen's mom was a cook at Camp Primetime for a number of seasons, and then Rodney and Ellen have gotten involved over the years, and at this point are sponsoring a cabin, helping to open it in the spring and close it in the fall. So they have been a part of it, like so many people who have given their time, talent, and treasures. And Doug, tonight we're actually going to be focusing on the treasures part.
Indeed we are, while recognizing the talent. But Camp Primetime is quite a place. Its mission seeks to enrich the lives of families with children who are seriously ill or developmentally disabled by providing an outdoor wilderness experience where families can enjoy themselves in a supportive atmosphere without the financial burden. So thank you for allowing us to come into your living rooms, your laptops, your tablets, and your phones.
Yeah, absolutely, Doug. You could be a lot of different places on a Saturday evening, and we are grateful that you are with us. There are a whole bunch of people who are at viewing parties around 6 different breweries. One of those is in downtown Yakima. Our friends are gathered at Single Hill, both an indoor and outdoor venue, really close to Seasons Music Hall.
Oh yeah, it's really a cool place. I just was there last week for a show. And obviously, you know, Bale Breaker is right in the middle of Field 41 in Moxie, and those fine folks have one of the best regular gathering spots for people in Terrace Heights and Moxie, and they just produce some wonderful, wonderful beers.
They do. There's no doubt. I've partaken by it quite a bit. Also, Valley Brewing, had a chance to go to Valley Brewing yesterday in North Yakima, met Joe. They are on the intersection of River Road and Fruitvale Boulevard. Got ourselves a growler.
There we go.
They're hooking us up.
Can't wait. And of course, if you move a little further east into West Valley, that's where the crew at the Kiln does a super job of indoor-outdoor venues. They have all kinds of local brews and just some wonderful pub grub. And if you want to get one of their pizzas, my gosh, I think I'd put on weight, my cholesterol would just go right through the roof.
That's great. Hey, I haven't had a chance to get out to Cowichy Brewing Company. Cowichy Creek Brewing Company, but I've heard that their beer is phenomenal. They've got a great kitchen, great food, and the venue both inside and outside. So I'm looking forward to getting out there sometime soon.
Yeah, they really do. The inside is really cool, the food's great, and they really do have some fun outdoor spaces with a lot of fireplaces and things. And then, of course, there's Varietal Brewing, and don't forget our friends in the Lower Valley down in Sunnyside at Varietal. It is really a cool place. They've been down there forever, and people just love going down there to get some of their famous concoctions.
Here's the very cool part. All of these breweries, these establishments, are donating $1 per pint, $1 per pint tonight. So if you're in the mood, jump in the car, head over to one of those great establishments and enjoy a cold one for the cause.
Yeah, no kidding. And I guess there's a secret viewing party going on, sponsored by Avail Home Health, at the home of Sherry Smith. She has a party barn out there. And by the way, if you want to learn more about the party barn, go to our live auction item number V123 to learn more about it, and you could have your own party there tonight.
That's awesome.
Indeed. And tonight's event is critical to fund the next 2 years worth of summer camp sessions that are free to the families that come to enjoy Camp Primetime every summer. We're going to hopefully do this together in 3 different ways.
In a bit, we'll be hearing from 2 of our many generous sponsors. These companies that you see on your screen throughout the evening will consistently been supporters of Camp Primetime and this year's events in particular.
Indeed, and secondly, we have 41 awesome auction items awaiting their winning bidder, and we're going to close that later tonight. But you can visit these items by going to the website campprimetime.org and clicking on the virtual auction link. Folks have been bidding since last week, and the bidding is going to close at 9 o'clock tonight. So we encourage you to get here early and bid often. And if you're from Chicago, you can even bid while you're dead.
How about that? In order to bid, it's super simple. You'll need to just grab your phone and text CPT for Camp Primetime to 71760. So 71760 into where you put a phone number or a name, and then CPT where the message. Hit send, and you will receive back a text message with a link that'll give you all the instructions, automatically giving you a bidder number, all of that kind of thing, and you'd be able to go on there and view all 41 items, and then also have a chance to check out the Raise the Paddle. You can also access it through going to the Camp Primetime website if you'd rather do it on a tablet or on your laptop.
Indeed, and honestly, it really is very easy. By just texting CPT, you plug in your first name, your last name, and you are set up and ready to bid and ready to help our evening out. It's going to provide you a payment portal at the end of the evening after everything closes.
It's great. Lastly, we'll provide an opportunity for everyone to fund some of the 400 families that visit the beautiful camp in the mountains each of the summer seasons. That'll be through our Raise the Paddle segment. This year is more important than ever, being a virtual auction.
Indeed, and just for signing up on the Text to Bid platform, you are entered into the drawing for one of 3 door prizes that we'll announce throughout the show. So let's get started right now. About 185, 190 people have already signed up to bid. So Scott, who's going to be the winner of our first door prize?
Well, Corey's going to pop that up on the screen for us. Corey.
There we go.
There it is. Okay, cell phone holder that's portable, can go anywhere you need it to. It's made by WeatherTech, and that is going to winner Jason. Congratulations, Jason.
You bet, and Jason, we'll be texting you to make sure how you can pick up this wonderful item. Now, how easy was that? So what is Camp Primetime? As I mentioned earlier, I've been providing music up there for a number of years, working on the auction for a number of years, and really enjoy the mission of this place. But Scott, you were just up there for your inaugural visit about a week ago. Tell us your impressions.
Yeah. I've heard about Camp Primetime for a long time, as I mentioned earlier, but I had not had a chance to visit the property. So it was a week ago yesterday. Mike Moore, one of the Camp Primetime board members, was kind enough to host me up there. We had about an hour or so just going around the camp property. Had a chance to go through almost all the cabins to be able to see the lodge, the tree house, where the wagon takes kids and families down to where they meet the boat. And really, one of the highlights was just hearing about Mike's stories and his family, who's been serving up there for years. I came away as I was reflecting, driving home on the time, and came away with kind of 3 things in addition to the just the impact in the lives of kids who are just specially gifted, who get to attend up there. Yep. The first one was around this theme of partnerships. As we went from cabin to cabin and the lodge, etc. There are these little signs and placards on different buildings that show the names of individuals or families or service clubs or faith communities, or the state of Washington providing a grant, or even the U.S. Forest Department, who's donating the land where the camp sits. And it is this beautiful picture of this public-private partnership where different people from different aspects of life are coming together, much like our sponsors tonight and you all who are bidding, who are making it happen. The next one was just the people. I'm hearing the stories about the volunteers and all that they're doing to be able to make the camp not only a beautiful property, but a safe property. That kids and families who are there not only get to enjoy the physical property, but are welcomed just warmly to all the things that are going on through all the volunteers. And then the third area for me was around the parents. Yeah. I think the thing that struck me the most, and you'll have a chance to see it in the videos this evening, well, we have a chance to show, is for me having the chance to look at the photographs and seeing pictures of parents sitting on benches with smiling kids, or this one younger dad holding this really disabled kid in his arms with this look of just gratitude in his face. That people were taking care of things, that parents are able to go up there and they just get time off.
Yeah.
They just have a chance to be able to not worry about the cooking or the cleaning or those types of things, but just to be able to relax and be present with their kids and their
honestly,
family.
watching their kids just enjoy being outdoors is very, very special to the parents.
Yeah, it is. So let's jump to our first video right now and begin to get a picture of how different people are viewing things.
This is my 4th year. I Camp Prime Time. This place is awesome. My favorite part of Camp Prime Time is to see my friends, good food, and also good boat rides.
Everybody gets an opportunity to sit in the captain's seat.
I got to drive the boat.
It's just a really relaxing, special weekend.
To get her out in nature and have her be doing these things and living and breathing the healthy air, those things we didn't ever think would happen. Mary's had pneumonia 25 times. She spent over 225 days in the hospital.
We never thought we'd be able to go to the mountains with her just because of her lungs. Being here just gives us joy. It gives us happiness. We can let go and just be.
People who come here come from all over. Many of them have very rare diseases.
One of us, probably Ralph, said we ought to start a camp for kids like this. Okay, we'll try. Went into 35 years of doing this.
We're still in business, still creating smiles, creating some of the finest memories that families ever have. And sometimes that's all they have left of their children, are some memories. We have a little memorial plaque down there by the tree house. A lot of those are kids' names. A lot of them are other people that have been involved in the camp one way or another, but not everybody's going to live forever.
For a lot of our families, being comfortable in our own communities is a challenge.
They don't have to worry about somebody looking at their brother or sister in a weird way. And they can just be families. It might be a little girl who was scared to death to get on the boat and then she didn't want to get off. It might be a mom who hasn't had a break for months or years and can come up and somebody just be able to cook for them, to cook all their meals for the entire weekend. We don't even understand how much that means to them.
And we can take all of the work off their hands and just take care of them so they can have a chance to experience what most families get to experience.
The volunteers of Camp Prime Time, the families of Camp Prime Time. No matter which side of the program we are on, we are Camp Prime Time.
I mean, I've always wanted to help out here because I myself have a genetic disorder. So I've always wanted to try to help out kids that maybe have something similar to what I have.
We don't have any metrics that show us how successful we are. We measure our success by the smiles on people's faces. That's all we have, but we got a lot of them.
The minute you drive through those green gates, you're just like, whew.
We're not required to do anything we don't want to. We can come here and just walk through the forest if we want.
I like the scenery.
The atmosphere, everybody's friendly, there's a ton of stuff to do, you can just relax.
I can't wait to have some fun on the boat, fun in the sun.
We're in the tree house, which is a special place. You can see all around the camp and you can hear the creek and it's just nice and quiet.
And you get to see all the kids interact with each other and the fun and just enjoyment of it all.
Coming out here and having fun, being in the woods, being kids, actually.
I couldn't ask for a better place for her to be, and that's really important to me that she's safe.
They struggle to make ends meet, to pay medical bills, and to get out and have a chance to do something like this is not possible, I don't think, without donations.
If people want to see Camp Primetime continue, they need the help. And we need their help. We want their help. We appreciate their help. We don't make any money. The only money that we get are the donations that we receive. We don't charge these families anything to come here. It's free. And we want to keep it free forever. Any rich people out there that don't know where to give their money or what to do with it all, tell them, call me at the office. I'll help them with that.
start trickling.
I can't wait.
I'm getting beer all over my hands.
Anyway, Dave and Ralph certainly have started something that has grown through their efforts, through those many volunteers that donate roughly 10,000 hours of talent a year for Camp Primetime's operations and support.
Now you can see why many of these companies eagerly support the camp through their generous sponsorship dollars. Many of these companies have also done a ton of work at the camp in addition to the financial support of tonight's event. If you know anyone associated, and you'll see the names going across the screen with these sponsorships, please give them a hearty thank you from all of us at Camp Primetime.
Indeed. And two key companies have stepped forward in a big way, and it starts at the top of the tree, our presenting sponsor, Avail Home Health, and our prime sponsor, Granite Construction. But Avail and Cindy Mullenhoff have been involved with Camp Primetime since 2003 as a donor, as a cabin sponsor, and for the past 6 auctions in a very big way. Avail has been a major contributor and provided consultative support to the board as well. So let's hear from Sherry Smith of Avail Home Health, and let's hear about this fine company.
A lot of families, they go camping. These families don't necessarily have that opportunity. So to be able to do that and tell their friends that, yes, I got to go camping, I got to go fishing, I got to go on the boat. There's nothing like it. 20 years ago, some friends asked us up. They told us about Camp Primetime. So we came up for a weekend and just fell in love with everything about Camp Primetime. Cindy Mullenhoff is my boss. She owns Avail Home Health, and I told her about our experience. She just really loved what the camp stood for and what the camp offered families. Avail Home Health actually serves medically fragile children and adults, so this really was in line with our passion. To have a place like Camp Primetime is a place to reconnect to nature, to just being a family, to being unplugged.
Thank you again to our presenting sponsor, Avail Home Health. Really appreciate the deep and long-term commitment you've made. And then I also want to do a big shout out to our prime sponsor, Granite Construction. Under the local leadership of Kevin Ladwig, they have been supporting Camp Primetime for 10 years by providing auction items and sponsorship of past auctions, as well as providing aggregate materials like gravel and sand and those types of things for the use up at the camp. Yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, the whole community at Granite Construction, for all you do. Let's go ahead and watch a video.
My experience with going up to the camp was just seeing the kids and seeing enjoyment on their faces and just being able to relax. They didn't have any worries, just enjoy nature, going on boat rides and going fishing and having that experience. We were really excited to be a part of it. What we'd like to do is provide materials, volunteers and resources, any kind of equipment that you might need to kind of fix up the roads in the spring, and then just financially. If you have the means to participate, we recommend you do that, and money is well worth it.
Hey Scott, let's take some time right now to kick off our Raise the Paddle section of our fundraising. I mean, throughout the evening, you're going to have an opportunity to make a direct donation to Camp Primetime that pays for this free camping experience for families. And they come from all over the Pacific Northwest, Puget Sound to Southwest Central and Eastern Washington. We even have folks coming from Oregon and parts of California, so this is truly a West Coast experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. About 1,200 campers go to Camp Primetime every year. 20 sessions, 20 weekends throughout the summer with a typical cost of $10,000 per session.
Yeah.
15 families, $650 every weekend. Cover the cost of those. It's actually, if you're one of those math people and you did that really quickly, it's $666 per family per session. But because Doug is involved with the Catholic Diocese, we're going to stay away from the 666 and round it down.
What do you say we round down? I think that's a great idea, Scott. But every weekend, the camp also uses over 300 volunteer hours to feed and entertain the families and maintain the grounds.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody gets to buy the food, pay the light bills, keep the hot water going, and that's how you can help tonight.
And indeed you can by going to Text to Bid to sign up. And it's very, very easy if you haven't already done it. You merely need to text to 71760, the 3 letters CPT, and then follow the directions on your screen just like I have done here. That gets you signed up for bidding and being able to be involved in this year's Raise the Paddle for Camp Primetime. Once you've signed up, you're going to see 7 blue buttons right here. You can either tap home or you can tap the donate button like I am doing right now to get ready to do your donation to Raise the Paddle. While you're getting ready, we'd also like to show you a very short video of a family and how they're impacted by your dollars.
I would say one of the things about Camp Primetime is it's very unique. It's filling a hole where there aren't a lot of camps where my daughter can go to that are made for her. There's a huge population of kids out there and young adults that just don't have these kind of experiences because there's no place for them to go.
Everybody's here to be themselves and be genuine.
And just have fun and run around and be crazy and not have, any real rules. They just get to hoot and holler and play on the playground equipment or shoot hoops at the basketball hoop and just be kids, right?
We already went on a boat ride that was so relaxing. I would never have thought I would be relaxed on a boat with my child who doesn't sit still, and it was just peaceful for him.
There's nothing that you have to do here, which is really nice, just kind of go at your own pace and do what you want.
It's like that one weekend a year that you're okay. Like everything's just done for you and this is for you. It's a gift.
Well, that certainly gives us a perspective of what Camp Primetime means to these families and their kids. Things as simple as making a friend, making your first s'more, driving a big boat on a lake, or being in a treehouse, especially when you've been confined to a wheelchair. I just got done doing mine. It really is very easy.
That's great. This year, your cash donations are more important than ever. It's been a rough couple of years. We haven't had a chance to this year be all together in the same room. We've got people spread around the city and people who are watching on their laptops. You're not going to be able to pay $500 for a George Foreman grill, but you're going to be able to make an impact through Raising the Paddle tonight. This makes the Raising the Paddle vital to fund the expenses of the Camp Primetime for the next 2 seasons. One of the huge things about Camp Primetime is they're just doing a fundraiser every other year. So this year, we're shooting for $150,000 as our Raise the Paddle goal. This is your chance to make 100% of your donation to go directly to providing families the opportunity to enjoy Camp Primetime.
All right, so is everybody ready? What do you want to start at, Scott?
Well, I think we should start at the top of the heap. I think we go $15,000 is at the top of the bidding thing, and we're hoping for at least one person who would come into that. So, Corey, let's start seeing.
$15,000, wow. My goodness. That would fund a session and a half, and well, look at that.
It's accurate. Yeah, Joyce, your donation of $15,000 is amazing.
Anyone else want to join Joyce?
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
That's crazy.
If anybody else is comfortable at that level, please jump in. Now we have anyone, we're at that $10,000, don't hold you back. There is a place at the bottom of the bidding to put in your own number if this is too low for you. But Joyce, we're grateful for you. We're looking for probably 4 or 5 people to come in at $10,000 in order for us to hit our goal.
And that would really be something if we were able to get some folks to jump in at $10,000. I know, Scott, that you've done a number of these around the Northwest, and it doesn't take one person donating $150,000 to hit the goal, does it?
Yeah, and it's typically, if you took everybody in Yakima County, 250,000 people doing 50 cents, that typically doesn't happen either.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So we are looking for these very key donations, the 10,000, the 5,000. So folks, if you want to jump in at 10,000, we would love it if you could help support this cause for the next 2 years.
Great. And it looks like we have 3 donors that have come in at $10,000. Thank you.
Wow.
Hapala Trust for your generous donation. And thank you, Dave. And our other 10,000 was from an anonymous donor. Thank you, anonymous donor.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
If anyone else is feeling the love at $10,000, we'd love to have you jump in right now.
Great. I see, thanks for keeping these things going, Corey. I see Diana's in at $5,000. Thank you so much.
Oh, that is wonderful. And of course, if you're interested in jumping in at $5,000, $2,500, $1,000, we would love to hear from you folks. And goodness, thanks to Kevin and Renee for your $2,500 donation. That is wonderful. We really do appreciate this.
And again, a local family foundation has committed to $3,000. Just huge. Thanks so much. And I see a $500 donation. I see a $5,000 donation from a person by the name of Scott.
Wow.
Yeah. Amazing.
Well, and I see a $500 donation from Randy and Jan, and I know exactly who you are, and thank you very much.
Great. And it is going to take, as we were alluding to, it's going to take donations at all levels of people giving in a generous way at their level. So we've got several who've come in at
$250 from Joe and Karen.
Yeah, $25. Whatever is that right number for you, we're just nothing but grateful.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know, there's actually an old proverb. You know, the rich give of their wealth, the poor give of themselves.
Yeah.
And so every dollar really is going to help here. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you. Every donation dollar helps. I mean, my goodness, Leanne for $1,000. Donna has given $100. Scott has given $5,000. That is very generous. Thank you, Scott. Pam with $1,000. Here's a different one, Scott.
It is.
Chicken Rick for $200.
Chicken Rick. I would love to meet Chick and Rick at some point. I don't have the privilege of knowing you right now.
Indeed. Let's see how our thermometer is doing right now. If we are able to push up that graphic. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So am I seeing this? I just saw it there briefly for a little while. It looks like it was a little higher than where it is right now.
Oh, they're refreshing. That's great. Yeah, I think we've topped $70,000, $73,825 right now in the raise the paddle part.
Well, and that whole refreshing part might make sense for you and me. Maybe we can get after these beers and achieve that. Would that help?
Not a bad idea.
Well, this certainly is terrific, and we'll be keeping our eye on the thermometer throughout the evening. So please help us put more green into this as we push our way to a $150,000 goal for Raise the Paddle.
Yep, we're almost halfway there.
Yeah, we are. The vision of Camp Primetime was not for a specialized camp, but rather a facility where our special families could enjoy the beauty and the peacefulness of the mountains, just like you were describing earlier, Scott.
Yep.
We've grown from serving only 50 campers in 1986 to averaging over 1,200 campers per year.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is.
Hey, we'd like to again come back to point out a couple of our other sponsors, Building Memories sponsors, Paintsmith. We also acknowledge you as one of our great sponsors this year, sponsoring the camp Primetime. The first time that you were there, I think you were hired to actually paint the lodge 10 years ago, and since then, owners Justin Smith and Brad Durham have been regular donors to our auction. and now in Building Memories sponsor. So they continue to donate their specialized labor to many of our projects. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, the whole community at Paintsmith.
You bet. They're awesome people. And again, a big shout out to Tri-Ply Construction, one of our Building Memories sponsors. Tri-Ply has been a supporter of Camp Primetime for nearly 30 years, donating labor, materials, financial support. Charlie Eglin, Wes Morris, Beth Klingel, they've all been amazing to work with. In fact, Charlie and I actually co-hosted the auction.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I want to say
Nice.
6, 8 years ago,
Wow.
and Charlie's just a hoot to work with. Anyway, whether it's helping us as an auction sponsor or construction up at the camp, they have really been there throughout the ages, and we are both honored and humbled by the years of commitment and generosity. So, Scott, before we launch into our wonderful 41 auction items, would you be so kind as to announce the winner of our second door prize?
I would love to do that. Happy to do it, Corey. What do we have here? Jewelry.
Yes, we do.
The door prize winner for item number 2 is Senya, bidder number 1261.
And Senya, this is a set of earrings, necklace, and bracelet, all made of mother of pearl. I'm holding the necklace here as as an enticement. So Senya, if you want to come in and get it, we're here in the studio. We'll have it here for you when you arrive.
Great.
Anyway, congrats to all of you for signing up for Text to Bid. If you haven't done so yet, please do so you can be involved for the last door prize, as well as bidding on all of our auction items. Text to 71760, the letters CPT, and follow the instructions. It's really easy. Well, we've had the live auction open for about a week now, and we're going to keep going strong until 9 o'clock tonight when the bidding closes and winners are announced. We have trips, food experiences, gift cards, golf, fishing adventures. We even have a Seahawks game that'll get you so close to the field, you're going to be able to hear Coach Carroll chew his gum. I swear.
Pretty exciting.
I guarantee it, man.
Sir, hey, we've got, we want to go into a bunch of the items and just kind of touch base with where the bidding's at right now. But also just a quick reminder that if you've just shown up at one of the breweries or are just getting online right now, it is easy to sign up. And when you sign up doing the CPT at 71760, you're automatically in line for that third door prize.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, we do.
Yep.
You know, in the bid number 128, the Mexico Hilton Playa del Carmen, all-inclusive resort, including amazing, no kids. How about that?
Yeah, a little vacation.
That might be a nice little break, wouldn't it?
That's great.
Right now, it's at a $4,900 bid, and that's still well below its actual value. So please jump in. It's a great opportunity.
Wow, thanks so much for the support for the White Pass season ticket going on up there. The current bid, I think that is $1,700. I'm not sure if that's the bidder number or the amount, but that's where I learned to ski, and just such a beautiful mountain, and the way they've expanded it over the years.
And that includes a $200 Sport House gift card, to rig yourself up with any gear you need, whether you need to rent or anything like that. There's also an Overlake golf experience, and this is kind of cool because you fly out of Yakima, you land in Bellevue. I think they get a bunch of Maseratis for you to drive you to Overlake Golf Club in Medina, very exclusive. 4 people, round trip flight. That's only at $1,500, folks. I mean, that doesn't even pay for Scott and Steve's gas to fly you over there, but it is a wonderful time. So if you like to golf and want to go to one of these very special clubs in Medina, with a couple of guys that are a lot of fun to hang out with, please jump in there and bid that thing up.
Yeah, for sure. Doug, have you ever had a chance to go to Flathead Lake in Montana?
It's been probably 30 years.
It's incredible.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it is. It's incredible. 1 week, Flathead Lake, it's just a huge, gorgeous lake in western Montana. View of the Rockies is just unbelievable.
No kidding.
You're just a short distance to Glacier National Park. That is at $4,200, and it's going to be well worth bidding a bit more on that one.
I might have to jump on that. I've got some friends that live up near there, and maybe they can take me fishing on the Kootenai or something like that. Hey, by the way, item number 109, this is kind of a fun little deal. This is the Little Hopper Beer Bus. They're going to take you around to a bunch of different breweries. It's only at $1,100, folks. And they're going to be your designated driver for you. You get to go visit the breweries, have some very nice drinks, nice food, and then you also get to stay at an Airbnb out in West Valley. And you can have, I believe it's up to 10 people if I recall. I mean, what a great party all day long, all weekend long. I mean, per mile, each individual is only having to pay like $1 a mile for Pete's sake. You got everything taken care of. It's really going to be a great time. So I would certainly want you to bid that up. Great. Oh my goodness, we just got notice that Cindy Mullinoff from Avail Home Health just donated to the Raise the Paddle $25,000.
Wow. You know, I know, Doug, we were concerned in not being all together in the same room that we wouldn't be able to build the momentum and the energy for people to jump in on gifts just like that.
Well,
Cindy, thank you so much for keeping the momentum going.
And by the way, she wants to see somebody match that, even if it's just a bunch of you. $25,000 match. So for the next $25,000 that comes in, Cindy is matching you. Come on, everybody. Let's jump on there. Let's get your text to bid signed up. And please, anything you have, whether it's $1,000, $500, another $10,000, or maybe you want to go to $35,000 and say, Cindy, I want you to up your match by 10 grand.
Maybe so.
You know, that would be awesome. But Cindy, thank you so much for stepping forward with that.
That's excellent. That's one of the things that I just bid on and outbid someone. I didn't catch the number. Was the Owen Rowe?
Oh, the Owen Rowe.
Yeah, the bottles of wine and the tasting and all of that. So please remember that your winning bid goes to pay for all the food, the supplies, the utilities, so that families, free of any charge, can stay at Camp Primetime while they build memories together. This is Camp Primetime.
So let's see what's happening up at Camp Primetime with another one of our short little videos. This is really a fun place, folks. You gotta witness this.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like on a schedule of doing something every minute. You can just do what you want. It's kind of like freedom.
He's a little rambunctious, super sweet little guy. Like, my kids were so stoked to come. That's all they could talk about the last week or so.
This is my 4th year at Camp Primetime. This place is awesome.
She loves being in nature. She loves the water, to go swimming. She loves being around the crowd. She'll be really in the treehouse.
As soon as we got the van yesterday, Lizzie had to read off the menu. So I knew by heart all the stuff we were having on the menu. It's so nice. This is just a really nice time. It's very relaxing here.
Camp Primetime in one word, blessing.
Opportunity.
A Camp Primetime would mean comfort.
One word that I would describe it in, it's fun.
Camp Primetime is awesome place and I love it.
For me, it would be peace.
I would say joy.
So, Doug, how are those Sasquatch surprise potato chips?
Well, I'm getting a hint of berry, wild mushroom, and kind of northern lake trout sushi, if you will.
That seems like it would be Sasquatch's favorite.
Yeah, maybe.
I think so.
Well, that certainly gives us a perspective of what Camp Primetime means to these kids and their families. Things as simple as making your first s'more, or driving a big boat on a lake, or being in a treehouse when you've been confined will raise the paddle. I wonder if we have the opportunity to see the thermometer again. I know Michelle is given $1,500. Bruce is up to $1,000. My goodness, Bruce, thank you very much.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah. Well,
it looks like we're continuing to steadily grow on this thing. Looking for a refresh again on that.
Up to $78,125. That's fantastic.
That is amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we're in the six figures now. 103, 125.
Boy, we are gaining on it, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Excellent. Well, we still have a ways to go to reach that $150,000 goal. And remember that a $500 donation almost covers the cost of an entire family to be able to go up there for a weekend. And every $10,000 raised, it takes care of another full weekend for campers, volunteers at Camp Primetime. And we do this 20 weekends a year.
Well, and if you're late to the party, remember to jump in by texting to 7176 the letters CAMP or CPT, and that'll set you up in the bidding system. And through this, you can visit and bid on the 41 different live auction items to participate in our Raise the Paddle, and you're automatically signed up for our last door prize when we have it. We still have one to go.
We do.
And thank you, Russ and Nancy and Pat, for your $1,000 donation.
Yep, Tom and Janet and Jim and Jackie all sent in $100. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lloyd and Gloria, for their donation.
Yeah.
$1,000 from B. Thank you. Wow, look at
$500 from Roger, $250 from John.
Excellent. Yeah.
Another $500 from Sue and another $500 from Brandon. This is great. Excellent. Well, that thermometer is going to keep growing, and we're going to get there, so keep those donations coming.
Great. Just again on the sponsor side, want to point out and shout out to the Yakima Nation's Legends Casino Hotel. They've been a longtime supporter of the Camp Primetime through the Yakima Cares Community Impact Fund. Since 2004, Legends has provided funding for camperships so that kids can go to camp for free.
That's sweet.
This year's Legends Casino Hotel is making a major effort in supporting Camp Primetime's auction and our mission. We thank Yakima Legends Casino Hotel for their generous and ongoing support.
Yeah, indeed, they've been wonderful. And lastly, and certainly not least, we want to thank Key Bank, a longtime supporter of Camp Primetime. I think going back 11 years, not only do they provide needed funding, but Key Bank employees have also volunteered with the camp through various capacities, including the auctions and up at the camp itself. And we love it when companies get involved both as donors and volunteers. So Pete Marinacci and team at Key Bank, we thank you so very much.
And remember, please, that this is what you and your investment totaling $350,000 tonight helps to fund.
Indeed.
We want to feature some of our work with volunteers right now.
Yeah, we mentioned we did over 20 sessions every year for families at Camp Primetime.
Camp Primetime has only 2 full-time staff and 1 part-time staff, so this doesn't happen without the countless volunteers who serve during the sessions in helping keep the camp maintained and improved, and those who help with the administrative fundraising efforts such as tonight's auction event. Doug, the recruiting and equipping volunteers and caring for volunteers so they come back year after year, it's a special gift and a special task that Camp Primetime's team has done forever.
Yeah, and they come back year after year. But before we view a short video about our volunteers, let's hear from the man himself, Ralph Berthon, who would like to say a few words about the volunteers and camp in general. Welcome, Ralph.
Well, thank you, guys. What do we got here on the...
Well, we got beer.
We got beer. You got beer. You got beer.
We may have to get one for you as well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great.
It's been a wonderful evening watching all this go on.
Yeah.
Back here in the shadows, it's just amazing. The generosity of people.
Indeed it is. Well, tell me about the people that volunteer up at the camp.
Oh, Lord. They do everything from soup to nuts, you guys. We have this one volunteer. I'll give a shout out to this guy. He's capable of anything under the sun. There isn't anything he can't do. His name's Dick Hapola. He happens to be our board president, which helps us a lot. But Dick does everything up there, from heavy equipment to electrical to plumbing. He's our president. He leads us. He does it all. He's a great showman.
That's awesome.
And he's been there for over 30 years.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and I understand you also will volunteer from time to time providing a little music. How does that work?
Not very well. I'm not like you. I'm not a gifted musician.
No.
But I do like playing campfire songs, and I think more than anything else, I got an old beater guitar that I bring up there, and the kids get their marshmallows all over their hands, all over my strings.
Right.
I got to go clean them and throw the strings away and start all over again. It's kind of fun.
Well, it's the one time a year you get to change the strings on the guitar.
There you
right?
go. That's absolutely true. But our volunteers play the music up there. They do the cooking. They do the cleaning. They do the technical stuff that you would normally have to hire a skilled electrician or plumber to do.
Yeah.
They got volunteers that are licensed plumbers, licensed electricians that come up and donate their time.
Yeah.
When I had a chance to visit up there last week, I had a chance to kind of go behind the scenes. To be able to see what you've done with your water treatment system and the waste management, all the things that aren't the glamorous things, but are imperative.
Believe it or not, Dick designed that stuff. He built that stuff.
Oh, wow.
He's one of those engineers that can design and build whatever he's thinking about. And through the grace of God and a very generous person here in the Yakima Valley, they underwrote that entire septic system program.
Holy mackerel.
For $25,000 one shot.
Wow.
And they built it. And
that's crazy.
Dick said, we can do this.
That's
and
amazing.
He made it happen.
Wow, that truly is amazing. I mean, you have so many people up there every weekend, throughout the summer, and to be able to manage that is just crazy.
Our executive director works hard. Our office staff work hard. Our camp managers work hard. Everybody works hard to coordinate our volunteers, and they work really hard. They're exhausted by Sunday afternoon.
No kidding. Well, Ralph, I really appreciate the background there. And if you want to get a little more insight about the volunteers up at Camp Primetime, let's watch this short video and see what they're all about.
Catering, we're cleaning, we're making sure we're regulating things. I have to worry about like cooking. Right now, we get plates, then
and so
down and just kind of be yourself.
They're just a joy. The whole families are a joy.
It's just a time for me to give back to people who need a little extra help.
I love volunteering here because it's a lot of fun, and to be able to work with families. I actually have a son who is special needs.
I've always wanted to try to help out kids that maybe have something similar to what I have.
I get to help people. I get to serve the community.
That's a measure of all the work they do can make this available because of the generosity of donors to people who couldn't have this experience otherwise.
And I would appeal to anybody. This is so worthwhile. It touches so many lives, so many different types of lives and people. I just can't think of a better place to donate.
Well, fantastic. And we just heard that Avail Home Health took that match up to $35,000, folks.
Lord love it.
Yeah, this is crazy. We really appreciate the way they come through year after year. So if you want to take advantage of some of that and have your dollar count as another dollar every time you give to the Raise the Paddle, we would greatly appreciate your doing that.
I'm going to do it. Doggone it, you guys can do it too. I already gave
absolutely.
once. I'm going to do it again.
Maybe
I'm going to catch that match.
Maybe I'll have to do it again. And remember, that's going to be open until 9 o'clock tonight. But you can even give after 9 o'clock tonight by going directly to the campprimetime.org website. But we would love to see ourselves hit $150,000 during this auction. Everyone has done such a great job so far. Well, we're nearing the end of the evening. Scott, I think it's time for one final door prize. And this one's extra special. It's the official Camp Primetime.
That's a nice sweatshirt
with just a few people mentioned on the back.
Nice.
So who's going to be our lucky bidder on or lucky winner on this one?
Corey, thanks so much. Congratulations to Nancy. Nancy, you are the winner of our third door prize.
That's Nancy, your bidder number 1213. That's a bunch of bidders that we've had, folks.
That is.
Thank you very much. We really do appreciate that.
So we should take another look at the thermometer. I think it might be up on your screens. Total donations.
Yeah, I got
103.
I got to think we might be a little bit above that right now.
Yep.
Oh, it's
Looks
refreshing.
like it's getting refreshing.
Speaking of refreshing, this lovely Camp Primetime glass might be refreshing us soon. So
yeah,
absolutely.
But we do really appreciate it. I mean, Carl and Judith donated $365, saying it's $1 for every day of the year. What a great idea! You might want to consider doing that as well.
That's great.
I see 100 from Milda and 200 from Tim and Laura Lee.
That's 2,000 from Buzz and Robin.
Holy mackerel, that's awesome.
I think people are taking seriously this $35,000 optional match, which would put us over the top of what we need. So people, please keep leaning in.
That is so very generous of Avail Home Health to do that. I mean, this is wonderful. Tressa for $100, Ralph for $1,000, Ellen just gave $500. Looks like Cecile is jumping in for $100. Man, we really appreciate that. Brennan for $500, Amanda $200. This is really amazing. Let's match that $35,000 and put us over the top.
Let's do it. Camp Primetime and all of our special campers, camper families, thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. We love you all.
Indeed we do. And you can still give after the evening by going directly to campprimetime.org, their website, and making a donation. Let's get to that goal of $150,000. Let's do it tonight.
Yep. And don't forget that live auction bidding doesn't close until 9 o'clock. So I'm going to be, after I leave in here, I'm going to go visit my brother and my sister-in-law and friends over at Bale Breaker and continue to do the bidding.
Yeah, and I know one you're targeting, and so maybe I might try to just subvert you right at the last minute. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But we'd like to thank everyone for joining us from the comfort of your homes, your laptops, your smartphones, including the 6 watch parties, plus the Avail watch party out on the Cowiche Mill Road, and every single pint poured tonight. Thank you, because every one of those is $1, so thanks for taking one for the team.
There we go. Thanks again to all of our sponsors, especially our presenting sponsors, Avail Home Care, Over the Top, prime sponsor, Granite Construction, for helping out this whole evening.
Yep, together we've helped Camp Primetime seek to enrich the lives of families with children who are seriously ill or developmentally disabled by providing an outdoor wilderness experience where families can enjoy themselves in a supportive atmosphere without the financial burden. Scott, take us home.
Well, I think before the final word, Ralph, thank you. It takes people like yourself and your brother and others who have had a vision and the tenacity and the confidence and the ability to move other people toward that vision. And you've done that with Camp Primetime.
And to thank you to all you who support that vision. It's humbling. It really is.
Well,
awesome.
It's truly a beautiful place, and if you've never visited, please do so. You're just going to fall in love.
Great.
So happy Thanksgiving to all of you. For those of you who've given so much, to all the volunteers, we are very grateful for everything you do. Thank you so very, very much.